Hey there, welcome to our channel. When life gets stressful, your brain has an incredible ability to activate a survival response known as fight, flight, or freeze. You might get a racing heartbeat, sweaty palms, and a burst of energy. Sounds kind of cool, right? But what if it happens when you're trying to relax and no actual danger is present? Bam! Panic attack. In today's video, we'll take you on a journey through your brain and body to uncover what goes on during a panic attack. We'll reveal why some people experience them more often than others, and what you can do to stop one from spiraling out of control. Before we dive in, let's learn about our brain's emergency response system. Your brain has an inbuilt alarm system called the amygdala. Located deep in the temporal lobe, this almond-sized structure scans for potential threats and then decides how you should respond. The amygdala receives and processes vast amounts of sensory data from the outside world via sensory systems. When it perceives a threat, it quickly activates the fight, flight, or freeze response, triggering the release of hormones such as adrenaline and noradrenaline. However, sometimes the amygdala can misfire and perceive a harmless stimulus as dangerous, leading to a panic attack. During a panic attack, your amygdala will perceive a harmless stimulus like a loud noise or even a memory as a life-threatening situation. This misconception will initiate the release of stress hormones and trigger physical responses that prepare your body to fight the perceived threat or run away from it. So what actually happens in your brain during a panic attack? Well, let's find out. Stage 1. The amygdala sounds the alarm. As previously mentioned, when your amygdala perceives a threatening stimulus, it jumps into action. It sends signals to other parts of your brain, including the hypothalamus, which controls the fight or flight response. This kicks off a chain reaction that affects your entire nervous system. Stage 2. The hypothalamus activates the autonomic nervous system. The hypothalamus prompts your autonomic nervous system to release adrenaline and noradrenaline, triggering a cascade of physical changes. Your heart races, your breathing becomes rapid and shallow, and your muscles tense up in preparation for action. Additionally, your body begins diverting blood flow to your major muscle groups, readying them for a quick response. Blood flow to non-essential areas like your digestive system decreases. Stage 3. Neurotransmitters flood the brain. During this stage, neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin are released in your brain. These chemicals play a role in regulating your mood and emotions. However, during a panic attack, their levels become dysregulated, contributing to the intense feelings of fear and anxiety. Stage 4. Your body reacts with physical symptoms. The combination of adrenaline, noradrenaline, and other neurotransmitters causes various physical sensations. You might experience sweating, trembling, dizziness, nausea, or chest pain. These symptoms intensify the feeling of panic and can make the situation feel out of control. Stage 5. Negative thoughts fuel the panic. As your body reacts physically, your mind starts racing with negative thoughts. You might think things like, "I'm freaking out," "I'm going to die," or "what if I pass out?" These thoughts exacerbate the panic response by sending more signals to your amygdala, which in turn activates the fight or flight response once again. This creates a vicious cycle that can intensify the panic attack. But why does this happen to some people and not others? Panic attacks are complex and can affect anyone. However, certain factors may increase the likelihood of experiencing them. Genetics. Research suggests that panic attacks can have a genetic component, meaning that individuals with a family history of anxiety or panic disorders may be more susceptible to them. Temperament. Some people have a pre-existing vulnerability to anxiety, making them more prone to panic attacks. Life experiences. Traumatic events or chronic stress can contribute to the development of panic attacks. Medical conditions. Certain medical conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, or thyroid disorders can mimic the symptoms of a panic attack, leading to increased anxiety and the potential for panic attacks. Substance use. The use of stimulants, such as caffeine or drugs, can trigger or worsen panic attacks. Now let's talk about why panic attacks might feel like you're dying. During a panic attack, your body releases a surge of adrenaline and other stress hormones. These hormones cause physical symptoms such as a racing heartbeat, difficulty breathing, and chest pain. These symptoms can be so intense that they mimic the physical manifestations of a heart attack or other life-threatening condition. Moreover, the fight or flight response can make you hyper-aware of your bodily sensations, leading you to fixate on the intensity of your symptoms. This intense focus on physical sensations can further increase anxiety and create the sensation that something is terribly wrong. Finally, the amygdala's role in processing fear and danger contributes to the feeling of impending death or cardiac arrest. Let's explore what happens after a panic attack. Once the triggering stimulus is over or you escape the situation, your body begins to calm down. The parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest system, becomes more active, counteracting the effects of the sympathetic nervous system. This leads to a gradual decrease in heart rate, relaxation of muscles, and a return to normal breathing patterns. However, it's important to note that this recovery process can vary among individuals, and some may experience lingering effects such as fatigue or emotional distress. Panic attacks are alarming but not life-threatening. They can be managed through various techniques such as deep breathing exercises, cognitive behavioral therapy, and lifestyle modifications. By understanding the physiological and psychological aspects of panic attacks, you can better manage these episodes and reduce their frequency and intensity. Remember, while panic attacks can be overwhelming, they don't pose a physical danger. With the right support and coping mechanisms, you can regain control and reduce their impact on your life. At our channel, we leverage cutting-edge 3D technology to reveal the inner workings of our bodies and minds. Our mission is to make complex topics easy to understand and visually captivating. Through our engaging animations, we bring abstract concepts to life, allowing our audience to explore intricate mechanisms that drive the human experience. Whether it's the intricacies of the brain, the complexities of the cardiovascular system, or the marvels of human perception, we leave no stone unturned. We deeply appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this journey through your brain and body during a panic attack, please give us a like. Subscribe to our channel for more fascinating explorations of our invisible world. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Together, let's keep unraveling the mysteries of our existence. And if you're interested in learning more about the science behind panic attacks, check out the references and resources we've linked in the description. Keep exploring and stay curious. Your support fuels our passion for making science accessible to all. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey of discovery. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking answers. The universe has endless wonders to reveal, and we're here to guide you through them.